I just saw this video, and I'll put a link here and you can look at it if you like, where top leaders, women leaders of the Mormon church are talking about their experience and interaction with the male leaders, the patriarchal leaders of the church, and they say that they're disciples of Christ and inspired, and that they really listen to them about issues pertaining to women. Now, I'm not talking about, giving teenagers permission to buy abortion Plan B pills over the counter without their parents knowing about it. But real issues like being a wife to a husband and rearing children together. And it's refreshing, really, because I hear so much of this garbage about, what women's issues really are. And you just hear it from the extreme left, and I listened to these women talk 4 or 5 times on this little video, and it's not unprecedented, because actually it's this sort of new world that has just popped up where women are claiming that, they are the men now that their mothers told them to marry. And that's not their role, and it's not... Men don't know what their role is. Historically, throughout all the ages, men's purpose has been to protect the women and children, to be of service, to use leadership in a way of blessing, in a way of giving and of serving. And now, of course, there are perversions. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And there are legitimate complaints about how men have used leadership roles. But none of that wickedness with men is condoned by the Mormon church leadership. And there's a sacredness that I think from the very beginning of Adam and Eve, who I believe were real, that Adam was to have a sacred, benevolent attitude towards Eve and treat her the way Christ treats the church, and that being a man is nothing to be ashamed of. And we're not perfect, and yet we can still repent and we can apologize. I'm happily married, second time, and men have made sacrifices throughout the ages, and going to war and the kind of work that they did, and being an inspiration for the family. The biggest single problem in the inner cities is a lack of quality male leadership, mentors for these boys. They're growing up monsters because all they have is each other, and it's immature. Gangs go this way. Real maturity has depth. It's vertical. It's what Robert Bly talks about in his work with men, is that the sibling society, the pop culture, Hollywood, news, the elites in education, it's all a popularity cool contest. That's not growing up. To be a Mormon man requires some depth, some patience, some charity. Loving and being patient in situations that are sometimes difficult. But how can a man be blessed? Or how can a man bless his family unless he's been blessed? And that takes something that is a higher power. And one of these women called her interaction with the male leadership, the priesthood, patriarchal order in the church as humbling. The men were humble. And if men can lead out of humility and love and service, is that not a blessing? For the women and the children, as well as a blessing for us men. Is this not our purpose? To reclaim the sacred masculine and to have maturity and power to be able to do good on God's behalf. And thank God for these women who aren't crazy. There's so many crazy liberal women. I'm grateful for a traditional Christian church like the Latter-day Saints, the Mormons, who still have a patriarchal order in the leadership, including in the home. And the best kind of leadership from a man is by kind example. So God bless all you men who are doing the best you can, to do what you think is right by God for your wife and kids. And shame on all you troublemakers, male or female, who are attempting to undermine the family unit, with the man as the priesthood head and the woman as co-equal partner. My wife and I take turns. Sometimes she's the strong one. Sometimes I'm the strong one. We're a partnership. Occasionally there are some clashes, but it goes with the territory. Check out this video. At least some of it.